Let's take a look at tracking scores across your inspections and analytics. With timeline tables and analytics, you can track scores across every part of your inspection so you know where standards are being met and where to take action. You can break results down by pages, sections, and individual questions. In this tutorial, we'll cover how to review score data in a chart and use a search filter to quickly find what you need. Then we'll build the chart from the ground up and set a KPI. Before we get started, make sure scoring is set up in your template. Here's an example for the manufacturing industry. We're tracking a quality inspection that includes a page for each production line and sections for packaging and labels. Each section has scored questions. With scoring in place, analytics can show average scores for each part of this checklist. Let's take a look at how this shows in a timeline chart and review the data. This timeline table chart breaks down the average score for each item in our template, pages, sections, and questions over time. In this example, I'll review each week's performance over the past month. Our team has a weekly score target of at least 70%. We can see the overall average score here. We missed our total target of 70% for the entire finished goods inspection. The data is grouped by date across each column, with rows showing the average scores for each page, section, and question. A KPI is set at 70%, so it's easy to identify weekly performance. Let's see how each production line compares against the other to identify where we fell short of the 70% target. Here we can see that production line 1 was underperforming in packaging, with a total average score of 67% for that section, and production line 2 underperforming in label accuracy with a score of 55%. With that insight, I can carry out a process audit to make sure teams are following proper procedures. When working with large templates, it's easy to get to the right information fast. Just use the search filter to narrow things down, such as viewing a specific section from the template. Now that we've seen how to review the data, let's build a chart from the ground up. Head to Analytics. At a minimum, you'll need one of the Analytics Create Dashboards permissions to continue. We'll edit an existing dashboard. Then add a custom chart. Keep inspections selected as the dataset. For the metric, select average score. For the attribute, select page section question. Select a template here. I'll continue with the finished goods template we showed earlier. Before wrapping up, let's set a KPI to visualize overall performance. We have a weekly target of 70% or above. Set the target, then click Save. Keep in mind, the table is showing each individual day currently. We can adjust the date interval in the dashboard. If needed, you can add a chart title here. Click Save, and let's finalize our dashboard. Start by resizing the chart. Expanding is helpful for large datasets. I'll scroll to focus the view on just the score data. Now change the dashboard filters to align with your KPIs. For example, I review each week's performance for the previous month. I'll set the dashboard to last month and set the date interval to weekly. Now I can see the average score by week instead of each individual day. Now you're ready to review your own chart. With timeline tables and analytics, you can track scores across every part of your template, making it easier to spot gaps and take action fast. That's just one way analytics helps you uncover insights and improve performance. If you want to understand how exactly each production line is getting their results, response table charts can help you spot patterns and problem areas across your inspections. To learn how to build this chart, search Track Inspection Responses in the Help Center. For this and more on analytics, head to help.safetyculture.com.